So some of the interesting features of this list are things like the 4 copies of Hex Drinker in the main deck, the 2 copies of Grim Lavamancer as kind of additional 1-drop threats from the list we've been playing recently. No copy of Stomping Grounds in the main or in the 75, but it really shows an emphasis on like the black mana, getting Blood Crypt early, and then going from there. But like the basic mountain, really putting an emphasis on like getting that red-black land first, and then Goy second, kind of smooths out the mana base. In the sideboard, we've got like 2 copies of Temur Battle Rage to complement the 2 in the main. So the matchups that we really want to see a Battle Rage for, we're giving ourselves extra opportunities to see it, really put pressure on our opponent's life total. 2 copies of Engrath's Rampage. I asked Ben, he said that he was underwhelmed with Engineered Explosives. I asked what he'd likely try as a replacement, and he said Engrath's Rampage. So I figured we would just go ahead and start there, see how it works. 2 copies of Kroxa for the mid-range and grindy matchups. 2 Cave Command, again the same, the mid-range, the mirrors. 2 copies of Assassin's Trophy for any deck with annoying permanents, whether it be 3-4 mana Planeswalkers, opposing Scourge of the Skyclaves, Death Shadows, Kroxas, Liliana the Veil, anything like that. 2 copies of Unravel the Aether. Really good against Tron, E-Tron for dealing with like Chalice of the Void, Ensnaring Bridge, things like that, Worm Coil Engine. 2 copies of Veil of Summer for the interactive removal matchups, and Luris as our companion. Really great for buying back Hex Drinker in this deck, as well as Grim Lavamancer. So a little more cheap threat heavy. But yeah, this is the 75. Let's go ahead and export it to Stream Decker, and we'll get ready to jump into the first league. So Stream Decker, upload, and there. Set is current, so let's make sure that that is working. Boom. You're my Euro. I mean, it was a pretty good Euro for lunch, I have to admit. May or may not have gone overboard with buying a bunch of Time Spiral Remastered. I say may not. Definitely did. Alright, so let's check our checklist to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Updated the list on Magic Online Stream Decker. Got it. Updated the stream title to reflect the deck list. Got it. Begin recording. Already did that. Did the deck tech with the choices. And so let's go ahead and jump into the first league. Sorry you missed. I'm sorry you missed as well. To give you an idea, how much Time Spiral Remastered did you get? And then I'll tell you how much I got. Or maybe if somebody redeems a swag reveal, I'll use that to show how much I got. You got $300. That's how much you opened from your box? Did you get 1 box? Or do you get like 2 packs and open up a foil time-shifted card? So that'd be pretty dope too. Not done yet, but got to pay down that credit. Fair enough. I got this many boxes, so we'll see what happens. I haven't checked out prices of anything yet, so I don't know like where it's all at. I don't know if Goldfish like has prices at all updated or what. I would love to play first. Oh, I opened up a extended border Luris in a chest like last night, so now Luris is up here. So where are the prices on these sets? Time Spiral Remastered. Is this not considered a special set? Oh. It's considered a modern set. No, this says... It says Time Spiral Remastered, but it links to just Time Spiral. We're keeping this 7. Pretty good 7. So let's go Bobble. Play Blood Crypt. I don't know what they're on, so I'm not going to Bobble until their turn. Fatal Push. It's a little rude. Island Fatal Push. I feel like this hand is not going to be good against Island Fatal Push. I didn't even notice it was freed. So it looks like Freed's probably playing some Grixis Shadow, judging by the flipped over Gurmag Angler. No, it's definitely a Shadow Mirror. Like, Gurmag kind of gives it away pretty bad. Ooh, Scourge of the Skyclaves, you say? So this is Scourge plus Fatal Push. Let's go. I'm assuming Scourge plus Stubborn Denial. Yep. Alright, so let's start by attacking. And when he says no blocks, we dismember this. Play our shadow, say go. I'm just bolting him in the face. You may have my fatal push. Is this another Scourge? Or is it double shadow? Nice. That's not good for me. Chuck, good luck as always. I appreciate it. Is that a confidant emote? That's pretty awesome. Am I trading out a shadow for a shadow? Yeah. Like, I'm either going to have to do it offensively now or defensively on his turn, so... Either way, he draws removal, I die. If he doesn't draw removal, I have to chump block, go to my turn. Royal Scions. That does also kill me. Okay. Okay, Freed. Luckily, we've got quite a few cards for the Shadow Mirror. What am I trimming on? Just finished making a deal to get my Onslaught fetches for my deck. That's awesome. I finished up a deal earlier to get some black and purple Shadow Sign Lorwyn Thoughtseize. So I'm right there with you. I would not like to play first. All right. But I did pick up a whole bunch of Time Spiral Remastered today. So I'm kind of interested to see how much of this we crack on stream, how much we wait till later. That's a pretty good top deck. So I guess we'll just take the push so we can start pressuring the Scions. See, I just read that Modern Horizons 2 will be expensive as fuck. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Are the fetches getting reprints in it? Dogfish, how's it going? Yeah, we got a freed round 1 in the Shadow Mirror. So he's down Bloodstained Myers, Spellbomb Scour. Clarkster, game's so far so good, I guess. For match 1, we're down a game to longtime friend of the stream. So we'll see what happens. they find a Gurmag Angler, it's pretty rough for us. But if they're relying on Scourges and Shadows, we might have a chance. Don't be a Gurmag Angler. Though it's totally a Gurmag Angler. Freed, I said not to play one. All right. So I think this means we're just on add Loris to our hand this turn. It's not fancy, it doesn't feel good. But we gotta do something. Oh, Clarkster, I saw that you were streaming the other day. How'd that go? I didn't get to catch it because I didn't see the notification on the YouTube page until it was too late. What are we testing today? We're testing the list that the list that Ben Jones has been championing recently, as well as Gul Dukat's main deck 60 for the most part from the MOCS this past weekend. Ben Jones is back. Yeah, Ben's been playing a lot of Jund Shadow. Alright, so we gotta block this Tarmogoyf, which means we're kind of in like top deck Shadow or die mode. I don't call him Traitor because I don't know him like I know Dito. That's fair. Alright. This is something. Unfortunately, Freed's got a lot of live draws here. Like Snapcaster wins, Fatal Push. All right. So we could trophy the Scourge, force the Chump with the Angler attacking at Freed, and level up the Hex Drinker twice. I like that. So we can attack it Freed, and I guess we're attacking at the Royal Scions. Yeah. Alright. Freed decides he cannot win from that spot, which is probably fair. That's a rough spot to have to come back from. Any changes? I don't think so. We'll just run it back. Where those funky house party jams. Oh god, you're right. You're right. We have music now. Can I crank it up so I can hear it? Yeah. It's not super loud, but we'll deal with it. Alright, this hand's pretty solid. Let's get Overgrown Tomb. Play Hex Drinker. I'm okay playing Hex Drinker on turn 1 because we have Lurrus in our deck. We can eventually just, like, get lands, get Lurrus, get this back if it happens to die. The Croak's art is sick. And, like I've told everybody else on stream, these Croakses are only 9 ticks. The normal ones are, like, 21. So if you're wanting Croakses or you're planning on getting them, you need multiples. These are like less than half the price. Alright, what am I doing? Just Croaksa here. Or am I playing Tarmogoyf to get another threat on the board? He drew Thought Scour, so he's likely scouring into Gurmag. I guess we'll do Croaksa. I got Special Oko for 30 ticks and the regular one was like 50. Exactly, like it's so much better to get some of these Magic Online promos. Fracum94, thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're having a fantastic Friday morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever you're at in the world. I'm waiting for somebody to do a swag reveal, because I got some stuff today. It's not for Death Shadow. Maybe. Could be. But, it's pretty sweet. Pager right away. Alright, let's see if we can show microphone over here. So we got a whole bunch of Time Spiral Remastered. And we might be cracking some of it, looking for some shadow pieces at some point, either on stream or outside of it. I've only cracked like 4 packs so far. We've got a Old Border Primeval Titan, which I'm sure Freed will be thrilled about after our match. Old Border Remand. Glittering Wish, a Chroma Angel of Fury, then Old Border, Relentless Rats, and Contagion Clasp so far. Alright, little Gurmag Angler, hey? What do I think about just leveling up Hex Drinker 3 times? I kind of like that. That way, if Freed hits me with this Gurmag, I get to just, like, play out Shadow Goyf next turn. Man just gets a stack of boxes, right? Like, isn't that how you buy your boxes? By the stack? You can do a YouTube video. You can grow the channel. That's not a bad idea. In fact, let's pop a pack right now. Oh, Scourge. Scourge is so scary. Alright, so what do we got? We got a Tolarian Sentinel. Modern staple. We've got a Needle Peak Spider. And Utabi Drake. Saw that one in a, what was that? In a no ban list modern deck. So I want to just get like basic swamp and level up this Hex Drinker 4 times. How bad of an idea is that? How bad is that? So I get swamp. Like I'm just trying to get to Croxa. Alternatively, I could Fatal Push or attempt to Fatal Push the Scourge. Like, the problem with Hold Up Push is if he's got Stub, he's got Stub. And he's probably not going to tap down off of it. I could play Goyf and just pass from here. And if he casts something end of turn, I can fetch up a basic swamp and Fatal Push. I probably should have like pushed on his upkeep, right? But I'm kind of thinking this way I get to divide out my mana a little bit. Alright, next card is a Bridged Kusite. Kusite. Then we've got a Spinneret Sliver, naturally. We've got a Sunlance. Ooh. Modern staple Sunlance. Alright. Okay. So I'm guessing Freed decided that I can just level up the Hex Drinker, which I was going to do, and attack in with both. He's forced to block with the Gurmag Angler. Alright. GG's, Freed. Super well played. Jorah's Time Bug. We'll finish opening up this pack before the next round. Dreamscape Artist. Pallid Mycoderm. Ooh. Former modern staple Sudden Shock. Muck Drum. Clockwork Hydra. Our rare for the pack is Modern Bogles. I got these face down so I can't see the time shifted one. But Modern Bogles staple Dryad Arbor. Did we get a foil? We did get a foil time shifted Evolutionary Leap. So that is a foil time-shifted Evolutionary Leap. And our last card, which is our normal time-shifted card, is that Lavinia. It is Lavinia. Alright. Pretty good pack there. I don't know what the Evolutionary Leaps are going for, but the rest of it, very solid. So let's go on to match number 2. Ride our high streak. hot streak of one match. Do we have Time Spiral Remastered prices yet? I don't think we do. We're looking like Thoughtseize is in the new set. So Thoughtseize, Time Spiral Remastered, Time Shifted. Are they up yet? Can I just not find them? Am I like failing miserably at this? I'm loving this music. So like upbeat, right? I'd love to play first. Bobble, Bolt, Bolt, Shatter, Shadow. This one's close. I think I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. Hey Biscotti, the stream is lagging a lot to me. Not sure if it's in my end. Is anybody else having lagging issues? I don't think I've got any random windows open that would be slowing it down. Sappy, good on your end. Anybody else got a 2 cents to weigh in with? So foil time spiral or foil time shifted evolutionary leap currently going for $41. Okay. We take those. Sell, sell, sell. Agreed. Like, I hate foils with a passion. So I'm on board with sell before anybody even says anything. Like, alright. Fatal Push, I think I'm going to ship away. I'm just going to get Blood Crypt here. I know I need the green to cast Tarmogoyf. Punished. But I get to cast 4 cards in my hand instead of now 2. Depends on what our opponent does. But maybe we'll open like a pack for every 2 new followers, or pack for subs seems a little expensive. I say that, and Pheasant Tail coming in with the new follow. Thank you so much. Hope you're having a fantastic Friday morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever you're at in the world. So I guess that makes Pheasant Tail and Fracklin. That's a pack. Since I didn't announce it before Fracklin, I'm not going to count theirs against it. Jeskai Control. I still don't think I'm pulling the trigger on anything. Alright, so let's just discard a Lightning Bolt. Alright. So new pack. We've got... It's hard to see from this side. Keldon Halberdier. Alright, let's go to the next game. We kind of confirmed they're on Jeskai Control with that Teferi, so we will play according to that. All cards I might consider. Not saying I'm bringing all these in, just a good place to like look at them. I know I'm boarding out Battle Rage. Lavamancer is an interesting one. No, we're boarding out pushes. Probably just go like that, right? Or do we want to bring in Rampage for like Teferi and Jace, and that's probably not the worst. Over like the Lavamancers. Alright, so we got Keldon and Halberdier. We've got 4C. 4C. Primal Plasma. Corpulent Corpse. These are all like great alliterations, right? Primal Plasma. Corpulent Corpse. Corpulent Corpse. Thrill of the Hunt. Less alliteration-y there. But I love the fact that they put flashback in a time spiral set. So it's like, here's a theme that has, or here's a set theme that has to do with like movement in time, and here's her ability or a keyword that has to deal with like movement in time. Sangrophage. Death Shadow staple. At the beginning of your upkeep, tap Sangrophage unless you pay 2 life. I don't even know if Sangrophage is printed in a modern set. Amru's Scout. Ooh, Seal of Primordium. I would love to play first. Hand's not bad. Like, I would prefer to have a discard spell. But, like, Kroxa into Shadow, and to potentially get back Kroxa with K-Command trophies, not the worst. Reckless Worm. Reckless Worm. Let's go Foothills Pass. Shade of Troskair. Trokair. Shade of Trokair. Careful consideration. Alright, am I bolting myself? No, because I'm just playing Kroxa this turn. Alright, so that gives us our 3rd land to play Shadow next turn. Plus the land towards getting back Kroxa. So, Enslave. The last uncommon is Storm Entity. Not to be confused with Stormwing Entity. The card that we hate seeing more than life itself. Opponent discards a Madcap Experiment. So straight spike status over here. Aspiring Spike. Very, I guess I would say like heavily regarded with putting this Madcap tech into a lot of red decks in Modern. Alright, so we don't quite have enough to get back Shadow next turn. Not Shadow, Kroxa. We could K-Command, make them discard. But if they just discarded a Madcap Experiment, I kind of have to go with the assumption that they've got another one. Alright, so our time-shifted card in the pack is... It was this Feather. Trying to figure it out in the, It is Feather the Redeemed. Trying to figure it out in the mirror image. So I just want to bolt them here so I get Kroxa online. And our rare for the pack is Angel's Grace. With some sweet new art. Alright, so Teferi resolves. Can't do much about that one. Spike loves his Madcaps. I was watching Spike play Madcap earlier today, actually. It's pretty funny. Alright, so let's get Croxa down. So if they want to, like, Teferi bounce the Croxa, that means if we hit a land, we get to replay Croxa plus, like, K-Command, kill Teferi, make them discard another card. Angel's Grace, $19. Nice. Or is that... No, isn't that TSR 373? Isn't that it? It's like $4. Isn't that Time Spiral Remastered? TSP would be like original Time Spiral when it was first printed, I'm assuming. The Angel's Grace. I think it was originally printed Time Spiral. Yep. So that's my guess, is it's Time Spiral Remastered. Alright, so let's go Croxa. Sure. And we'll cast Scourge. Have another counter. Got it. So now we'll start, like, pinging Teferi, go for the hand, something like that. Or do we want to return? Let's go. They discard. We would return Scourge. And then next turn, I can go Rampage, sack the Teferi, play Scourge. We'll see how this works out. Discard a Cryptic Command. Sweet. Choose not to cash in their Teferi for a card. So let's go Rampage. You sack a Planeswalker. Anyone you want. Solid choice. Drawing a Spell Snare, so we'll go ahead and cast this. Say go. The old EOT Supreme Verdict. Fair. Fair. Alright, so their card in hand is Spell Snare, which means I can go K-Command, discard that, get back Scourge. Turn Scourge, you discard. Then play Scourge. next turn I can escape Kroxa again. Another verdict, big Teferi. Kind of hoping this is big Teferi Tuck. Okay, so I can like bolt Teferi, add Luris to my hand. Play land, say go. And Teferi puts it third down. So it would be next turn, and then the card after is... what's his name? They're going to wildfire me. Okay. Just want to shuffle away the Scourge. So let's just go ahead and go for Kroxa here. Mainly because, like, I want this Luris to resolve. So if they counter something, I want them to counter Kroxa, not Luris. Shark Typhoon for 2, sure. You still have to discard. See, I haven't played Modern in a year and a half. It's 4-color Shadow with blue good right now. I think it's fine. There's a lot of players I know at the moment that'll argue, like, the blue splash, like Stubborn Denial, is not great at the moment. And I think that usually just comes down to preferred play style. Like, I think the blue is great. I've had a lot of success with, like, Grixis Shadow recently, so I'm not going to sit here and tell anybody I think that the blue is bad. Now, if you take, like, the exact same list from a year and a half ago, then that might not be as good. You might need to, like, update some card choices here and there. But I think 4-color Shadow is fine. Alright, what do I think of this one? I think this is like a bauble or another land away from being good. But at the moment, we don't have a second land and we don't have a way to find it. Alright. It's isn't great, but it's not the worst. That certainly improves it. I don't think I want a second copy of Veil of Summer at the moment. Teferi Oust Verdict. Alright. So I think what I'm going to do is my opponent plays Teferi. In response, I Veil of Summer. I guess I have to get... God. I knew this was going to come up at some point this league. That I just didn't want... or I wanted... Stomping Ground. And this was it. This was it coming up. But here I can level up Hex Drinker a bunch. So it doesn't just die to Oust. Hit to Fairy. Pass turn. They do have to have a white source to Verdict me. Am I playing 2 Hex Drinker, 2 Lava Man? Playing 4 Hex Drinker, 2 Lava Man. Also, it's hot in here. Good to see me strip on camera. Thoughts on Forest versus Mountain as second basic. Well, this list is running 1 Forest, 1 Mountain, and 1 Swamp. So it's running 3 basics. I think if I were just going to make an adjustment, I'd probably swap the basic Mountain for a Stomping Ground. I'm not particularly in love with the basic Mountain. Alright, so let's go ahead and kill off Teferi. Why did I forget Oust was a sorcery? Why on earth is that card a sorcery? Alright, so we'll tag Verdict. Play Goyf. Say go. Def Jad, how's it going? Did you do like a test or something earlier? Because I was online. All of a sudden, I saw your name pop up for like a second, saying you were online, and then it just like went back off. And I was like, I don't know what's going on. Aether Gust, my Tarmogoyf. I guess I will put my Tarmogoyf on top. Then I'll make a decision between Shadow and Hex Drinker. So shuffle away the Tarmogoyf, and in return I get to get my basic Mountain. And that cannot cast a Lightning Helix. I was gonna say I wanted a fetch land there. Alright, so I think this is just Hex Drinker, level up Hex Drinker. Pass. We're online for 2 separate streams today, but each was for a few hours. That's so weird. Like, it showed you come online for, I swear, like half a second and said 1 viewer and then just like went straight back offline. Because I was going to come watch and then it went offline and I was like, huh, I guess not. Let's see if they recognize Helix on their turn. They do. Ew. Alright, so if I just level up Hex Drinker all the way, I can attack down to Fairy. Or no, I can't level it up all the way. Girl. So then I need to K command, shoot Teferi, return Shadow, make them discard return Shadow. Like, I think I'm going to want the extra threat. Yeah, so Shadow, kill Teferi. And then if they like Teferi tick up again, I can play Hex Drinker, level it up all the way. If they play Teferi, tuck the Hex Drinker, I can bolt the Teferi, play Shadow. Yeah. So let's go. You discard, kill Teferi. Play Shadow. How many threats do we have to go to? Discard, kill Teferi. That was a possibility, but like my thought was I can't play Scourge without bolting them in the face. So if I discard, kill Teferi, then I know they've got another Teferi. I know that they can bounce my Scourge at the time. Or bounce my Hex Drinker at the time. And I'm like in a pretty rough spot. I think I'm just adding Luris to the hand here. I could play out a Scourge, but they've got a Vantress Scry, and if they just Scry into a Lightning Helix, they can untap, Helix my Shadow, and kill my Scourge. I really don't want to be 2-for-1 like that. Alright, so like now I can play out a Scourge. Because if they want to counter it, that's fine. But if they go to Helix it, I can bolt them. Philip84, thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're having a fantastic Saturday morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever you're at in the world. Shark Typhoon for 4. Am I just playing second Scourge here? Yes. Yes, I am. Peace South Playa 1, thank you so much for the follow. Hope you as well are having a fantastic Saturday morning, Friday morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever you're at in the world. And since we hit 2 new followers, we're going to bust another pack of Time Spiral Remastered. So let's get prepared to see what's in this. Alright, so let's go straight to combat. Alright, so we've got a 2-headed Sliver, a Snapback, another copy of Corpulent Corpse, easily becoming my favorite card in the set. Alright, so we're going to bolt ourselves Get our Shadow Muy Grande to deal with this shark. And I'm just going to not commit anything else to the board right now. Sentinel Wood Readers. Let's see. Peace out. I catch your YouTube videos all the time, learning the ropes of Death Shadow myself. Thanks for putting out great content. Well, thank you so much for the kind words. I appreciate you stopping by and getting to check out a live stream. I've got a few new videos for YouTube that I need to post over like the last couple of days. If you are, and this is like a good shout out for everybody, if you're a fan of the YouTube channel, we have moved locations. The link below now goes to the new YouTube channel. So if you haven't yet, feel free to jump on over there, like hit subscribe, lets you know whenever stuff goes live over on that channel. But nothing's going to get posted to the old channel anymore. It's all going to be on the new channel. So just make sure you stay up to date on that so you can get everything at the right place, right time. We're just going Goyf into Scourge. I kind of like that. I'm going to lead on Goyf in case they've got a counter spell. I'd rather them counter this. In case they have a counter spell, I'd rather them counter this. Ha! Opponent, we saw right through your tricks. Now you've got a Scourge, and they can either blind draw and have a chance of death, or they can Vantress on their upkeep, which takes them off of Verdict, but gives them a better chance of hitting like a Path or something. But if they do hit a Path and they get to continue playing, then we get to like Luris plus Shadow on our turn. Or we just get to Luris plus Bobble. Something. Is that that's all 4 cleansing wildfires too. Okay. 2-0. Rest of this pack. Grave Scrabbler. We've got a Giant Dust Wasp. For anybody who's not sure what the hell we're doing, I bought a whole bunch of Time Spiral Remastered today. So I'm going to crack a pack for every 2 new follows that we get. So if you're checking out and you want to see what it looks like, feel free to hit the follow button. And we're just going through. So we got Sidewinder Sliver. We've got Pallid Mycoderm. We've got a Psychotic Episode. We've got a Gathin Raiders. Only got a few picks, or a few cards left. Ping Jamie? Please correct me for the pronunciation. Thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're having a fantastic Friday morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever you're at in the world. That gives us one more towards the next pack. On to the uncommons, we got a Cryptic Annelid. Ooh, Return to Dust. Limited All-Star. Last uncommon is a Stormcloud Djinn. Alright, so let's go for the rare, and then we'll go for the Time Spiral card. So the rare is... Mangara of Corondor. I was trying to figure out what it was, like, backwards through the camera. And then our time-shifted card is... Bajuka Bog. Nice little Bajuka Bog. Nice. Nice. Alright, on to the third match. So we've got Ping coming in with the last follow. So the next follow means we're opening up another pack. Sappy asked if there was anything I was trying to pull or just wanted to rip some packs. I mean, anything we get for like shadow variants is great, right? Like, if we just happen to open up Battle Rages and Gurmag Anglers, nobody's complaining. But as far as anything specific I'm trying to pull, not really. Okay. I'm down with this hand. We get a little Bobble Land Hex Drinker into Tarmogoyf. Again, I don't mind playing the Hex Drinker out kind of, quote, naked on turn 1, because if it dies, I can just Lurrus it back later. If it lives, awesome. So it looks like our good nemesis taxes. You can all cringe with me as you say it. Am I going for the Thoughtseize or am I going for Tarmogoyf? I think I'm just going for... Thoughtseize is better if they have, like, Thalia. Tarmogoyf is better if they've got, like, Leonin Arbiter. The reason is, if I play Tarmogoyf on turn 2, and they play a Blind Arbiter, I can go, like, Dismember Shadow on turn 3, or Thoughtseize Shadow, something like that. If they have Thalia and I play Tarmogoyf, it means I'm only playing one spell on turn 3, and I know that they've got Skyclave in their hand. Stoneforge Mystic is better with Tarmogoyf, so I'm just going to go Tarmogoyf. It's like Thalia is the worst thing that they can drop here, but I do get to Thoughtseize next turn if they Thalia. Let's see, don't we say Bobble till we find a fetch? Situationally. Alright, so if I get like a top deck Bobble mid-game when I have a fetch and I don't need to crack it right away, then I'm pretty okay with saving it. But like beginning of the game when I've got my turn 1 planned out, my turn 2 planned out, I don't really want to sit there and not have all of the information I could be getting. Alright, so let's go Fetch, Shock. Am I going Thoughtseize plus Shadow? I think that I am. Skyclave, Flicker Wisp. So let's take Skyclave Apparition, attack him with Goyf, play Shadow. Like, Bobble is always a play-by-feel kind of card. There's not really a lot of right or wrong answers with it. There's some that I'll get annoyed by if my opponent does, because I don't want them just giving away percentage points. But for the most part, like, if you don't have a fetch, cracking Bobble is fine, because sometimes you just want information and there's no guarantee that you're going to draw a fetch. Sometimes you'll have times where you have like a turn 1 play lined out for you and it needs to be done a certain way to set up a turn 2. For instance, if I've got a Bobble in hand, a 2 fetch lands, a Thought Scour, and a Gurmag Angler, there's a good chance that like I just want to set up that Gurmag on turn 2. So I'm more likely fetching, or if I have like fetch land, shock land, Bobble, Gurmag. I'm probably just like playing and fetching out with the bobble turn 1 regardless. Because I just want the cards in my graveyard. Alright, so let's go push here. It could like vial in another Thalia in response if they have one. That would be A-okay. We'll go level up Hex Drinker once. Maybe I keep Shadow back. Because if their last card is exactly Thalia. And they vial in and they get to eat the Shadow. Actually, let's just swing with Tarmogoyf. I don't think we're like losing percentage points by not attacking all there. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. I'm so good at this game. I could have casted Dismember, but I don't need to dismember this. Like, I don't care about this. I care about Flicker Wisp. And I can always Flicker Wisp or Dismember Flicker Wisp on my next turn. That's fine. So, we're getting into a situation that I try to point out a lot. Just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should do that thing. Like, yes, I could have held up mana and dismembered a Thalia. That doesn't necessarily mean that I should. Because, like, if it's not Thalia, then I'm spending my turn just like not spending or not casting spells, not using my mana. So I know they've got Flicker Wisp. So we're going to just go attack all. See how they block. Are these flashing in Flicker Wisp now? They got Skyclave Apparition. So with that, let's go. No, we need to let this resolve. And then dismember the Skyclave. And we'll let them go to blocks. And if they decide to block the Hex Drinker, then we'll just bolt them after the Shadow hits. Alright, K-Command's great. Rampage isn't the worst. Croaks is okay, but if you're expecting like Rest in peace. It's a lot worse. You're gonna want to trim on some Hex Drinkers. They're just like really bad in the face of Thalia. I wonder if I'm supposed to keep in some number of Battle Rages for Auriok Champion. Should have bolted myself. I could have. Am I just giving up percentage points by bolting my opponent? I feel like that. Yeah, no Kozilek's return. It's not my list, so usually when I test out a new list, I want to keep it as close to the original 75 as possible and go from there. This isn't terrible. The style points is important. You're not wrong. Alright, so let's bobble you, see what you're drawing into. That might inform this Thoughtseize a little bit more. Well, I want to take that one. One that just, like, holds your entire hand together. Stoneforge. Alright, so that means I'm probably going... What? Dismember Shadow. Ironically enough, they have 3 land destruction spells in hand, and I have 3 basics in this deck. Alright. Probably Fatal Push Hex Drinker, honestly. Because they just, like, don't respect the Hex Drinker and I get to level it up a few times, it starts limiting their ways that they can interact with it. Are you liking Hex Drinker? Well, I've only played it in a few games. I've liked it in the previous list, for sure. I'm not sure if 4 Hex Drinkers is where I want to be. But I certainly don't think it's a bad card by any means. No, couldn't get my auto yield off in time. So I could just like play Mire, fetch Shock, play Shadow Scourge. Or I could level up Hex Drinker. They played Field of Ruin, Field of Ruin. So I know their hand. Maybe it's Dismember. Go to 9, fetch Shock to 6. Hit for 2, play Scourge. Let's see what they're drawing. Drawing a Flicker Wisp. So that means I probably don't want to get rid of the Dismember right now. See if opponent wants to trade. They do. If they're trading, I think I'm just adding Luris to the hand. Really surprised by that trade. Like, they're not really up on resources right now. Mono white control deck is proving to be quite the menace. So I'm actually going to refuse to search here because I don't want them to ghost quarter me, or I don't want to go get a mountain and then have them ghost quarter my mountain and take me off red. So, going into their turn, we've got perfect information about their hand. Threats are good. Sergey for the win. Cheers, got a question for you. Have you been testing the classic Grixis version lately? If yes, how did it go? I wouldn't say I've been testing classic Grixis. Let me pull up the list I've been testing recently. Sword of Fire and Ice, sure. Land. Alright, so they can't threat plus suit it up. So I guess that just means I'm going double threat here. Alright, this is what I've been currently testing. Magmatic Channelers plus like a playset of Lightning Bolt in the main. And I've been liking it a lot. Results wise, I think I've had like 3 4-1s and a 3-2 or something like that. Like, it's been pretty good results wise. But if you want to access that list, here's a link in chat. Skyclave is taking. Lavamancer, sure. Okay. I think we might be at a kind of turn the corner point. They've got Flicker Wisp, Winds of Abandon. Cost 2 more to overload winds. So let's go Thoughtseize, hit the Flicker Wisp. So I just want to get like all of their threats out of hand. Go and get Blood Crypt. Play Scourge. And the hope here is that they just go to equip this Skyclave, we dismember it. Alright, they've got Winds of Abandon, not Flicker Wisp. Sounds nice. Thanks for the link. Yeah, no problem. So we're going to attack Goyf and Scourge, and if they don't block, they just die, because we just bolt them in the face. I guess we can attack everything. It's like the illusion's not blocking anyway. Opponent doesn't block. Opponent eats a lightning bolt. Opponent takes lethal. 3-1. 3-0. God, words are tough. But yeah, that Grixis list has been, like I said, performing very solidly. I've been really liking the proactive aspect of the bolts and the reach that like Bolt Snap Bolt gives you. Channeler has been doing really well at bridging that extra gap issue. If I were going to make any changes to it, I would consider maybe like dropping maybe like second Dismember for the 4th Gurmag Angler. Since you've got the channelers, you can kind of pitch the extra ones away a lot easier. But that's kind of preference. I've been liking the 3 Gurmag, 2 channeler, but I know some people are really big on the Turbo Angler aspect and wanting to maximize the percent of games that you get that active. Otherwise, sideboard slots like EE, Cleansing Wildfire have been eh. So I can see those getting replaced very easily. Plague Engineer, I think, is like worse than K-Return in the deck. But there has been an influx in like 3 toughness creatures. So I would love to play first. And it's great. Am I missing Seal of Fire at all? Not really. But I mean, I was never huge on Seal of Fire to begin with. I just played it because I had already maxed out Lightning Bolts. And I wanted something proactive instead of reactive like Fatal Push. Alright, green-white Heliod, you say. So let's take Apparitions. They hopefully can't get Goyf off the board. And then we'll adjust our turn 1 based off what they do. So with Arbor Elf, I think I'm just going to play Fetch for Blood Crypt, play Goyf. Do that off Bloodstained Mire instead of Catacombs, because Catacombs can still get both of the basics that are left in my deck. This does mean if they drew a Company, they can Company this turn. But they would have to like Company into exactly combo to like absolutely punish me here. I think I saw Spike play against Lurrus plus Delver Shadow list that seemed quite well built today. I saw that match. That one was really sweet. Like Lurrus, Scourge, Delver, Shadow. I wish I had a list, so if anybody like happens to run across one, keep us in mind. Alright, so are we killing the Arbor Elf? I don't think so. I think we're just killing Spike Feeder. Not that, like, I don't want to kill Arbor Elf. It's just, it is a little low impact. And I don't have something like a Grim Lavamancer right now. If I did, I'd be more inclined to play it. And even if I, like, kill this Arbor Elf, they're gonna have company mana next turn. So Canopy's gone. Conclave Mentor, sure. You may attack me with your finest Arbor Elf. And we'll push this. And guess I'm saving the fetch. Alright, Thoughtseize isn't bad here. Spike Feeder, they're left with 2 lands. I think I'm just going to go ahead and add Luris. Like, if the risk here is they top deck company, they company into combo. If it happens, that sucks. We move on with our lives. But if it doesn't happen, then I've already got like this big Luris investment out of the way. How does Delver trigger Ferocity and Stubborn? It does not. Fun fact. Alright, Shadow's a good draw. So that means because I don't have anything to do with this Luris, I'm just going to play Shadow and pass. If I had like a Bauble or something here, I'd play Luris. But since I don't, this is what we got. Spike Feeder, sure. Yeah, I don't want to fire off this bolt at the moment because they could just like respond with activate Arbor Elf on this forest company. Like, I don't know their last card. So I don't think there's like a huge risk to just attacking here first. They didn't float mana or anything, so now we'll just kill the Spike Feeder and play Luris. So that's 3 Spike Feeders out of the way. So if they do rip a company, hopefully the odds are kind of low that they'll hit combo. Alright. So against green-white Heliod. This is like one of the matchups that Gul'Dakat was kind of, I'm guessing, gearing for. Because we see the things like the Lavamancers in the main, the 4 Hex Drinker, both really good against green-white. Croaks as an option, but I don't know how much I love it. Also, like, do I want the extra copies of Battle Rage? Do we not want Unravel? We do. I'm just trying to figure out, like, what I want to board in and out. Like, maybe I'm just saying Scourge isn't good here, and, like, cutting all my Scourges for Unravels. I don't think that's a terrible idea. Let's give it a shot. So for everybody hanging out, if you don't know, if you're not already following, for every 2 followers today, we're busting some Time Spiral Remastered. I guess it makes sense if we showed, like, the front of the box. And trying to rip, like, some Gurmag Anglers and Thought Seizes, Battle Rages, whatnot. We are currently on an odd number of followers, so the next one will open up a pack. Then 2 more later, we'll open up a pack. Paciani, thank you so much for the follow. Sergey for the win, thank you so much for the follow. So that puts us at another pack in the open queue, and then we've got half a person towards the next pack. Yeah, we'll roll with this. So let's start cracking this one. See what we get. All right. First card's a Sarcomite Mirror. Sarcomite Mirror. Yeah. For all of you mirror aficionados out there. Alright. I think we're just going to go Blood Crypt Pass. This is another time where I wish this deck had a Stomping Ground. Because I would love to get double red here. Alright, we got a Skirk Shaman. We've got a Slipstream Serpent. We'll slowly go to our opponent's draw step, because I'm sure they're wondering what the hell we're doing. A Dark Withering. Oh no, Auriok Champion. No. A Strength in Numbers. Alright, so from here we're looking for like Angrath's Rampage, Teamer Battle Rage. This list isn't running Plague Engineer. So, it's probably a good chance they're sitting on Veil of Summer. What do I think they are? I think it's like free to play around it here. Alright, now are we going double shadow? Or are we going one hold up? I think we're going one hold up double interaction. Alright, we got Errant Doomsayers as we continue on with the pack. One more follower, folks. Let go. I mean, if people want to go, they gotta go. Alright, so probably a pretty easy collected company here. So let's just go Shadow Pass, Reckless Worm. Judge Unworthy. Limited All-Star Bewilder. Or if you're a fan of the How to Train Your Dragon series, not quite the Bewilder Beast. Bishark, thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're having a fantastic Friday morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever you're at in the world. So that'll put another pack in the queue, trying to get to this illustrious Gurmag Anglers and Teamer Battle Rages. What are we hitting off this company? In the meantime, we got a Utopia Mycon. A Stormfront Riders. Stormfront Raiders. Stormfront Riders. Oh, we did. Alright, so we can kill Heliod, which we're definitely going to do with these, like, several thousand triggers on the stack. Alright, so let's get to the uncommons. We've got a Dune Rider Outlaw. Dune Rider Outlaw. Oh, is that the last of the uncommons? So yeah, we're getting to the rare. The rare is a... Ooh, Sarah Angel? Or Sarah Avenger. Sorry, Sarah Avenger. And then the time-shifted card is a Sanguine Bond. Then we've got a foil in the pack. The foil is a Ancestral Visions. Nice little foil Ancestral Visions. We take those. Alright. So, foil Ancestral Visions, Sanguine Bond, Sarah Avenger. We might do like a giveaway for some of these cards when we do like our next big stream. Because everybody on the channel knows at this point, hopefully, that I hate foils with a passion. So now I've just got like 3/4 of a playset of foil Lotus Blooms that I don't want or need. Alright, we have a second copy of Collected Company. I guess we got this Inquisition sitting around. We might as well cast it. If they got Veil, they got Veil. Veil's not doing much else for us. Chop down. To destroy our shadow. Do you also have a Veil? Don't. So let's get Luris into hand. Pass the turn. Foils aren't great, right? And especially with like the recent foiling processes, even less so. Not that I'm pointing any names, Wizards of the Coast. Alright, so now we got the pack to open for Bishark and Sergey for the win. Let's check it out. We've got a Veiling Oddity. Ironic as we're waiting for this Veil out of our opponent. A Bone Splitter Sliver. A Commander Staple Reality Acid. Nice little blue permanent removal. Nantuko Shaman. Alright. I really don't want to use a bolt on a giant killer. I'm probably going to have to before too long. A Gorgon Recluse. Calling Master of the Pearl Trident. That wouldn't be a bad one, right? So, I think what I'm going to do is Veil of Summer off the top. Alright, so let's go ahead and get back Shadow. I was thinking about just going with Baubles But like this Veil kind of throws my Engrath's Rampage plan. Oh, nope, shuffle it away. Sweet. Evolution Charm. Seal of Primordium. What I should probably do is like, for every 2 followers, give a giveaway option. Like, if either of the people guessing on the pack guess the card, maybe we'll do a bonus for that. Like, gift a sub or something. I'd have to go back and let everybody that hasn't guessed guess on one. So let's hit this Skyclave Apparition. That way we get this illusion. They can tap down the illusion with the Giant Killer. But that does mean I get to attack with my shadows. Love this music. Bad attack by OP. I wouldn't say necessarily bad. Like, they do have to end the game at some point. So we got a Bound in Silence. Prismatic Lens. Modern staple, Dead and Gone. We've got Assault Gargoyle. Dusk Rider Peregrine. The last uncommon is a Dormant Sliver. I don't even know what this sliver does. 2, a green and a blue. All sliver creatures have Defender. All slivers have, when this permanent enters the battlefield, draw a card. So it turns all of your slivers into like Wall of Blossoms. Alright, so the rare for the pack is Miri the Cursed. 2 black, flying, first strike, haste. When Miri the Cursed, or whenever Miri the Cursed deals combat damage to a creature, put a +1/+1 counter on Miri the Cursed. Ugh. So I guess, let's see, they tap down a shadow. We're not attacking with the other shadow. I guess we're just rampaging here. Rampage into company. Got it. Maybe they whiff. Ranger Captain gets Ballista. Ballista for 3. Tap down this. Unblockable 3. Yep. Alright. And our time shifted card is, before we get to game 3, Containment Priest. Yeah. Containment Priest. Not a bad pack. Not a bad pack. Alright. On the play, I don't mind just going like the 4 Battle Rage, super aggro, kill our opponent plan. Just something like that. Let's give it a shot. I can only board in so many Path to Exiles, right? Is Hex Drinker good? It is because it lets you swing into Auriok champions. I think I gotta ship this. Like, I like that it has Shadow plus Battle Rage. I think I gotta ship this as well. I think we need a threat. Alright. Let's go bottom the Unravels. Too many decks geared to beat Death Shadow now. Fuck it, I'm off it. I mean, what's our breakdown of like geared to beat Death Shadow? Because there's not a ton of ways that you can like gear to beat this deck, which is one of its major strengths, right? I get so salty watching Tron and green-white decks versus Death Shadow. Like, that's fair. But I still think, like, it's really difficult to gear against just, like, a Thoughtseize pressure deck. Like, the fact that a lot of these white decks are running 4 copies of Auriok Champion is, for sure, like, a little annoying. But I don't think it's quite to the, like, people gearing against us point. Alright, opponent, I need you to really not draw anything relevant. Mostly a Veil of Summer. Don't draw a Veil of Summer. Big bucks, no Veil of Summers, please. Am I unraveling a Utopia Sprawl if they don't company here? I guess if they crack this, then yes. Because now they have to crack Windswept Heath for the second white. Or they just draw a second white. Ugh. I don't think this hits anything. Yeah. Yes, opponent, hit me with that Sky Clave apparition. Alright. Guess that's okay. Or so you thought. So you thought. Ye old Heliod, eh? This is a little awkward because I have to, like, respond to Heliod with Fatal Push. Because I can't have this token enter and then gain life and get an additional counter on Auriok Champion. Okay. This isn't bad. So let's go. Swamp. I don't think it matters. Hex Drinker. Oriok gets bigger. Level up. Level up. Say go. We definitely need them to whiff like a turn or two. And I've got to decide if I have to throw this illusion in front of the Oriok champion. Or am I supposed to throw both in front of it and go to Luris? Maybe Croxamane is better than Grim Lavamancer. Maybe, but I mean, we're testing this deck to try these things out, right? Like, I don't know if Croxamane is better or not, so... Alright, opponent, don't combo me. It's not a combo, but it is a very big Conclave Mentor. So let's think. If I play Tarmogoyf, I have to just chump block this Mentor. Like, if I could untap with Tarmogoyf, I could potentially kill them. But if I don't... So that means I need to go for Luris, Bobble, and try to find a Fatal Push. Alright, then they lifelink the Conclave Mentor. Add a counter to it. Fatal Push. Not Fatal Push. So this goes up to a 10, which means I can double block. They lifelink this, and I get to keep one threat. Alternatively, they attack, I double block. They lifelink this, lifelink my Shadow, assign damage to the Tarmogoyf first. Then they get both of my threats off the board. Township activation first is good. So... Are they going to lifelink my Shadow? No. Why would you not? Because you just have infinite life rolled up. Got it. Okay. That works too. Nice game of Magic. I thought it was pretty fun. Like, how close were we if we didn't mull to 5? I'm not liking Ingraft's Rampage. I can't say I'm too big of a fan of it either. I cut it pretty early on in testing for Rakdos. It's one of those cards that always feels so random to me. And I'm not a huge fan of random. But we are 2 followers away from another pack of Time Spiral Remastered. For anybody hanging out who doesn't know, for every 2 followers, we're busting packs trying to find Gurmag Anglers, Teamer Battle Rages, Thought Seizes, all the cool shadow stuff. JP coming in with the 3-month resub. Welcome back to the subscribers. Thank you for all the continued support. And enjoy the continued access to all of our sweet custom Death Shadow emotes. It looks like the new one. So, for anybody who doesn't know, before I say anything that just sounds like completely terrible or like self-promoting, and I'll open a pack for the resub. We'll do that. With Twitch, you open up emote slots as you get a certain number of subscribers, or as soon as you reach like partner status, something like that. So I've got emotes that are available to like tier 2 and tier 3 subscribers only, which is only because I don't have slots available in like the base subscriber mode. So I can't, like, I physically cannot give access to those for everybody. So I'm like rotating through some. Like, I'll put some that were tier 2 down to tier 1 and move some tier 1 to tier 2. So, like, people get access to all of them occasionally. But if we do happen to go on, like, a big sub streak during, like, a challenge stream or something, that could potentially lock up or open up access to all subscribers to other emotes as well. And for tier 2, we've got, like, the Scourge of the Skyclaves emote. And for tier 3, our new one, we've got Imbrith Paladin. For those who don't know, let me see if I can find a copy. I know I've got several of them. It's whether or not I have one sitting right by me. Binder. Got a whole bunch of foil copies of it. Oh no, not the artifact removal one. That one's playable. This one is much, much less playable. Let's see. I know I've got some copies of this card. Where are they? But I'll tell you why I've got a bunch of them. Because during that entire pre-release, people kept giving them to me. And for a while, I couldn't figure out why. It has nothing to do with the text on the card. So, this is Imbrith Paladin. This is my face. apparently a bunch of people randomly thought I looked like Imbrith Paladin. So I kept getting given like foil paladins at this pre-release, and now I've just got a whole bunch of them. And so it's become a bit of an inside joke over here. So yeah, now I've just got a bunch of Imbrith Paladins and nothing to do with them. Alright, I'm going to play out Shadow here because if my opponent goes like Snap Bolt, I don't mind just playing Hex Drinker next turn and leveling it up. But yeah, so I decided to get our artist to make an Imbrith Paladin emote. And let me see if I can get the full one showing. Let's go here. So this is what it looks like. Just obviously much smaller in the Twitch chat. Alright, so we called the Snapcaster plus Bolt, which means we're free to play and level up Hex Drinker. Say go. Next turn we can Inquisition, add Luris to hand. That's dope. I thought so. I was really, really pleased with it. So this looks more like the blue-red Kiki-Jiki deck. And if it's that deck, I'm not expecting Lightning Bolt out of them. Or not Lightning Bolt, Blood Moon out of them. Usually like this boil-proof mana base kind of gives it away. Yeah, the Temu list. If you didn't get to see the finals of that that challenge, it was like Esper Control versus blue-red Kiki-Jiki. Once met a guide in GP that had an entire binder full of nothing but Squee Goblin Nabob. Now we're talking. Squee is the man. Snap Opt, sure. So let's get rid of this Opt. I'm not... Well, I guess they got Kiki-Jiki, so I can't really... I can't really do anything about this Luris without, like, giving away that I've got a spell to cast, potentially. Alright, so we got the pack open for JP's resub. And Michael played Level Up by Ciara. Sounds like a good song. Let's see. Piracy Charm. Bone Splitter Sliver, which I'm pretty sure we've got like a playset of already. Nantuko Shaman. Grave Scrabbler. Infiltrator Ilcore. Massive Ghouls. Massive Ghouls. Watcher Sliver. Sporloth Ancient. These are obviously very well-known, highly desired Magic cards. So we obviously know what they are. Trespasser Ilvek. Pendlehaven Elder. Celestial Crusader. The last uncommon is a Crozan Grip. Alright. So we've got a rare, a time-shifted card, and a foil left. Do I want to attack with Hex Drinker? Not really. Do I think that they have a counter spell? Most definitely. What's my middle ground play here? Play Luris with enough mana so that if they counter this, I can still level up the Hex Drinker a bit. And then next turn I can crack Peatland. As a commander player, I can never complain about a Crozan Grip. That's fair. So our rare for the pack is that Boom Bust. It is good old Boom Bust, the Ice 9 special. Our time shifted card for the pack is, can I read that? Time of Need. Search your library for a legendary creature card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. That sounds like a Sylvala card if I ever heard one. And then finally, our foil for the pack is Sudden Death. Split second. Target creature gets -4/-4 till end of the turn. 1 and 2 black to cast. It does sound very sudden. Alright, so let's level up. Level up. Level up. Now we've got a 6/6 Hex Drinker. We no longer have a 6/6 Hex Drinker. Alright. So we passed the turn. Opponent, we're assuming, is going to go like 6th land, play Kiki-Jiki, target Exarch. We let the Exarch copy come in, go to copy the Kiki-Jiki. We Lightning Bolt the Kiki-Jiki. They Flusterstorm. We Lightning Bolt again. We live to see another card. So, Lightning Bolt, a Flusterstorm. We say, oh no, you have so many spells and we can't pay that many for Lightning Bolt. And we Lightning Bolt again. Alright. No, I will not be paying 1 for Flusterstorm. So you can attack me for 6. I can Lightning Bolt a Snapcaster, do it on my turn so I'm not just like dead to a Cryptic Command or something. Well, I guess I'm dead to Cryptic anyway. I'm not dead to like Archmage's Charm counter the Lightning Bolt. I am dead to a Snap Cryptic Command, tap down my Hex Drinker. Okay. Blue-red Kiki-Jiki. Command's great. Grixis great. I think that's about all I want to board in. Board out a couple pushes. Hex Drinker seems really bad against a deck that's like 4 Bolt plus Archmage's Charm plus Snap Bolt, Snap Charm, whatever. So, my thoughts so far on this deck is that it does seem like we lose a lot of the top end by playing these Hexdringers and Lavamancers. JP, off to sleep. Night, Mike. Good night to you as well. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Appreciate the resub as well. Like, losing out on the top end in these mid-range and control matchups feels really bad. And, like, if we're gearing for something like the green-white Heliod decks, and we get that matchup, and we're still not sure what we're trying to do with it, then that could potentially be a sign that, like, the deck isn't quite configured in an optimal way for us. Alright, so I'm going to attack and Grixis here. That way, if they've got like a spell snare, they're snaring a Grixis instead of like a Scourge. If they use a Bolt or something on this, I might just play Tarmogoyf instead. But I want to save this Thoughtseize for a turn that we can double spell. Like Thoughtseize into Grixis, Thoughtseize into Scourge, something like that. Could have like an Aether Gust. So we'll see if this attack gets in. If they kill the Tarmogoyf or deal with it before it deals combat damage, then I'd rather play the Grixis here, because I don't want the Scourge to come down and just be dead to a Lightning Bolt. But since they didn't do anything to kill the Tarmogoyf, I'm playing Scourge here because it's out of Lightning Bolt range. Music's popping. Deceiver Exarch. Okay. And tap Island. Serum. Sure. This does put sorcery in the yard, which grows Tarmogoyf again. Artifact also grows Tarmogoyf. It's really minor, but since I'm at a higher life total than my opponent, I'm going to go ahead and play my threat now because it grows the Scourge. So if I'm playing my threat now, I think I'm just going to run another Scourge out. I'm not too afraid of, like, a wrath effect out of them. They could sit here and try to like cryptic tap me down and then combo off next turn. But they're not with a tap steam vents. Okay. I think what they probably did was main to cryptic tap me down and just like didn't think about the life loss there and got a steam vents when they needed to get a basic island. I think that's my guess. Still don't think Veil's good enough. So we'll just run it back. So for everybody hanging out today, appreciate y'all stopping by, checking out the channel, seeing what we're up to. Just swinging through some Jun Shadow today. We've got the challenge coming up tomorrow. Let's take a look at the premier events. So we've got Super Qualifier coming up Sunday. So that's like a PTQ, I believe. Yeah. Super Qualifier on Sunday. We've got potentially a challenge tomorrow. So we're kind of wanting to like narrow down deck list options for those. Four lands with two of our basics. I think I'm going to ship this. I think I really need to, especially on the draw, find a hand with like hand disruption. So let's get Overgrown Tomb. Then we can Inquisition, turn 2 Tarmogoyf. These red bolt-based decks typically have a very difficult time getting Tarmogoyf off the board. So we're going to kind of try to leverage that as much as we can. We'll just take EE here so they can't kill our Tarmogoyf. So here is the Goyf boy himself. Like typically for these bolt decks to be able to deal with Tarmogoyf, they need like Roast or something that deals like 4 or 5 damage, Flame Slash. Their hand is sure. Would you like to tap down my Tarmogoyf? No, tap down my Tomb. Sure. What do I think about that? Know their hand perfectly. Depending on what they do, I might just go for like an end of turn lightning bolt. Blood Moon. Sure. So remember everything I said about they're probably not on Blood Moon because of the mana base. Throw it out the window. They are in fact on Blood Moon. Can confirm. I see the evidence in front of me, and I'm not one to look a gift Blood Moon in the mouth. Snapcaster, sure. Let's just go ahead and start trying to power through Snapcasters. If they find double bolt before we find like Thoughtseize, or not Thoughtseize, Swamp or basic forest, things could get a little awkward. But if we find one of those basics first, we're in a decent spot. Or just like more lightning bolts would be good. Opponent chooses Scryed top. So that kind of makes me believe that they put like maybe Drew Land or Bolt and like Scryed Bolt to the top. Or Drew Relic Scryed. Somehow, some way they've got a lightning bolt. Alright, let's ditch. I'm going to start systematically ditching cards to grow our Tarmogoyf. But I don't want to ditch instant first. Because I want their bolt to potentially grow my Tarmogoyf. It's what I didn't want to see. Basic forest off the top. Almost. Almost. Tap down my foothills, you got it. So here we'll ditch a sorcery. Yeah, the Kiki-Jiki. Just Ral. Alright. We'll give it like 1 or 2 more draws for the basic. So I think if we hit it like this turn, we've still got a chance. Like, it has to be basic forest. It can't be basic swamp. But I guess we could Thoughtseize. Alright. What do we got?
Backup. You're gonna use him as a 1-2 punch. You have to. It doesn't make sense because Josh Jacobs is he's the
Kiki-Jiki. All right.
King and Drake is gonna be the
Deceiver XR.
He's gonna be the speed.
Target Kiki-Jiki.
You gotta use him as a 1-2.
We bolt the Kiki-Jiki.
But yeah, once again, if you guys have not joined our Discord, please make sure you join our Discord. We have a ton of conversations like this. We talk
basic forest.
You know, Raiders not doing nothing this year. Hold on, yo. Wait, who is your team? What's your football team?
Huh.
cares about Buick? Nobody cares
I
about Buick.
guess that's a keep going card. I don't know how to feel about this. See what happens.
Does he really?
You know they've got another Snapcaster. Alright, so this is just bolt, snap, bolt.
I'm pretty basic. I'm really simple. But I appreciate the thought. You know?
What does Ral's emblem say? You get an emblem with whatever you cast an instant or sorcery. It deals 4 damage to any target and you draw 2 cards. Ooh. So now we gotta draw like lightning bolt to kill or to keep that from embleming if we want to keep going. Nope. Alright. GG's blue-red control player. Alright. So, what did we think about the list? I'm not in love with the 4 Hex Drinkers. I think that I saw the card too many times when I would have rather seen like an Inquisition turn 1 or something a little bit better. It was really good when we played it out like turn 4 and got to level it up, but I really don't think you want 4 copies of your card you don't want to see until turn 4. Lavamancer we played out once and it got immediately killed, so not really much of a an opinion on that one. So I guess I would say like these I'm still iffy on. Lava Man just to be determined. In the sideboard, I did not like the Rampages. I think almost all day I would have rather had a Kozilek's Return, Engineered Explosives, Plague Engineer, whatever. Unravel's cool, but I still think the card is a little specific for my taste. Like, there's only 2 or 3 decks you want this against, and at least all but one of them, like K-Command, basically does the same thing. The only difference is, like, K-Command's going to have a wider range of matchups that you want it in. Like, wanting this in the mirror against Jund, Control is a lot better than, like, these. The extra Battle Rages, we didn't really see any matchups that we particularly wanted them in. I'm hoping Ducat does, like, a sideboard guide at some point, so I can get a little bit better of a feel of how he was sideboarding in some of these matchups to want a lot of these cards. But we'll just have to wait and see. Other than that, I know people are going to hate me for it, but my voice is starting to give out, so I'm going to cut the stream a little early today and send everybody over to Gigi. He's currently playing some Jund Shadow as well, so you're not going to miss out on any great Shadow content. But we are going to be live tomorrow with the challenge. I think it starts at like 10 a.m. Central Time. Probably be playing some variation of Jund Shadow. Maybe Grixis. Depends on if I nail down the last few cards between tonight and tomorrow. But appreciate everybody coming and hanging out. Thanks to all the new followers, the resubs. Appreciate everybody so much. Hope everyone has a fantastic rest of their Friday. Stay safe. Enjoy some good food, good company. And we will see y'all back here tomorrow with the challenge.